Hello, good morning, welcome to Bars and Bells. My name is Ian,
I'm Lauren.
and today this is our restore and recharge practice. We're going to warm up standing. So do you have a balance aid or something to hang on to for some light support, as we'll articulate the feet, the knees, the hips, and work on our balances and our core strength in a second. First, as customary with our practice, let's start with our breath. From seated, from standing, maybe even laying face down. You want to try laying
Little
face down?
alligator breath.
Yeah. Lay down like the alligator. Anyhow you want, if you could, get to the floor, or just stay standing with me here. On the floor, you can make a diamond shape on your forehead. You can make a W shape with your arms. Make it a place that's nice and comfortable for you. We're practicing our nasal breath here, in and out of the nose. So lightly close those lips. Start breathing in and out of nose. You slow down for our 4 seconds that we look for. In that belly and out the nose. What do you feel when you inhale? Can you feel your belly press into the floor? And on an exhale, could you think of creating a little bubble or some space between the floor? Repeat at your own pace, trying to breathe in for 4 seconds. And out for 4 seconds. Repeat one more, breath in. Filling the belly. Exhaling. Let's do one more, but try to hold. Inhale, and can you hold for 10 seconds? And exhale slow. And 10 seconds of quiet time online seems like an eternity. But what did you hear? What did you feel? Did you feel a little pulse in the belly? What about you, Lauren?
Boom,
Boom, boom. Slow things down. Love that alligator breath. We saw a turtle on the way to work here this morning.
Yeah.
So inspired by those slow moving creatures, just nice and slow for some longevity and some control. Anyways, let's get back up anyhow that you can if you are on the floor, and we'll grab that balance aid to check out some stuff. We start at the ankles, so if Lauren could move a little bit close to the camera here, and just really pay attention to her top foot, that quarter turn. Yeah, and then put a foot on the top.
Oh, okay.
So our foot is going to be on the floor. You could do this elevated as well, but hopefully that could just give you a nice little close-up of what's going on. It might even be better, Lauren, if we do that to see it. There you go. I think that's the best. Sorry about that. So from tall standing, using that balance aid as you need, push the hip forward, pushing weight onto the ball of the foot. Last week we got into those toe lunges, and today we hope to do the same. Push that energy forward and then down. Alternate to the other side, continue to push the hip forward. So Lauren's doing the same leg there, that's fine. We're going to switch on the floor here. And again, push the hip forward to pull it down. Let's go one more time each side. Drive down. Knee bends in the front. And then press down. Again, if you are looking at the foot on the top of this chair, just look at the ankle more than the knee. That would be a little bit different for us. And then press down. Now, come to a tall stand, pushing those hips through. You're going to leave your feet up there, Lauren, sorry. Now at the ankle, do the dorsiflexion or pulling the foot towards the shin. Hold for 10, 9, 8. So as Lauren's doing this, we have those nice flat toes, and maybe could you grab a pair of socks and crunch it, and drive the heel down and back, pushing forward through the other hip, and then open toes and grip low. Alternate to the other side. Same thing, we're going to dorsiflex or pull the foot towards the shin, keeping the hips extended through. Are the toes sitting flat or parallel with the floor? Are they in affectionately to be termed elf toes? And then maybe could you grab socks for 5 more seconds? And for us standing with our feet on the ground, continue to push those hips through. Open toes, grip them down. I'd like to do that one more time, but we'll start with the balls of feet. So from standing, again, if you're looking at the ankle for clarification, Check out Lauren's ankle on the chair. Press down to pull the knee forward. And then for 1 repetition here, let's point to the point, flex over the toes, and then maybe flex over the toes, and just, hate that for a second more. Then point, and go to the ball of the foot, and again, think pushing the hip forward to have the knee go down. Alternate to the other side, 1 last rep. Ball of foot pressing down, knee forward, point, flex over those toes just gently at first, and then nice and slow. Use that toe arch strength here to flex and extend back and forth. Last 1 or so. And then back to the point, and then to the balls of the feet there, the dummy point, and then press the hip forward, down. 1 more movement on that other side, the dorsiflex. So now, standing tall on the inside leg, slowly pull the foot to shin on the outside. Keep those hips forward. Again, I'm digging my heel down in the back to push the hip forward. And again, pushing this way as well. 3 more seconds, 2 more seconds. Open those toes down. Alternate, there'll be a little bit of that weight shift. And then same thing here for 10 seconds, that dorsiflexion on the ankle. Are you holding socks? You prefer flat toes or holding socks? Try to avoid those elf toes for 5 more seconds here. Holy hips. Who else is with me on that hip comment? Then open toes. And grab down. Shake that out. Hopefully those ankles feel a little bit of something. You feel that power all the way up into those hips. Using our balance aid, let's work on next progression support the hip bar, which again include us standing tall on that inside leg. Do you sip coffee or water in your workouts? Most people know I don't really drink the water in the workout.
Or,
Lauren loves that water.
I don't know.
Love that water. Drink it up. Okay. Inside leg tall, point to the front. From here, we'll do those external rotations, internal rotations, just once. We'll do 1 more external rotation, and then nice and slow, level hips, reaching out and back. Maybe the toes point in the back like I have. Don't let the arch cramp too much. Hug that center line, and then flex over toes. Rubber floor makes it a little bit tough, but there we go, underneath. Then we're gonna go to the back. And again, think about hugging that line or even crossing the body just a little bit. And then reach out of that hip with that inseam forward movement, that external rotation from the hip. As we go towards the side, nice. Lauren and I both have beautiful low legs here. Keep it low, keep it strict, and then bring straight legs back underneath. So well done. Very well done. Nice and low at first, and then we can get all crazy to that sky. So tall again here. Again, think about almost crossing over the body as you bring that leg forward. Reach over here first. That sets up that nice external rotation in the hip, where we reach out to the side. We reach towards the back, which we are now internally rotating. I'm stiffening that knee because I can see Lauren staring at it. She's going to tell me to straighten those knees. And then hug in center, balance aid, flex over toes, bring underneath. Repeat to the back. Think that adduction or hugging center in that straw analogy. Pointing to the back, opening up, drawing around, tracing nice circles low to the floor. Lift up, lift up. We can all use those cues, and then underneath. And that lift up cue made room for that leg to come through. Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna lightly warm up / medium torture those legs and knees and hips. 1 more exercise, and then we're gonna give it over to Lauren for some ribs. So, the balance. First, let's just gently get those knees over toes here. We'll come back to those movements in a moment. First, more just, say hey. Again, think this adduction tension, or maybe push away. But more likely for now, kind of think of pulling in, heels down, let's get tall. Now balance on one foot. Grab on your balance aid as you need. Take stock of where that knee is. Stay tall, and slowly straighten it out. 3, 2, 1, bend it. Then we're going to lift towards the knee, a little higher as allowed. And nice and slow, extend through the knee and hold for 3, 2, 1, and a knee bend. And for one more time, maybe that's exactly where you stay. Or maybe you tweak and hug midline, or raise up just that little bit extra, and then holding out there for 4, 3, 2, with a knee bend. Keep the knee bend, extend the hip to the quads or femurs here are parallel, and then extend the knee, bringing it underneath, staying tall. Other side, and then rib rolls, Lauren. Just over here a little bit, sorry. So again, we're standing tall, leg inside leg. Can't say that enough. Really think we're pushing those hips through, pulling up to that coude pied at least first. From here, knee stays same. Nice extension through the leg, holding 3, 2, 1. Slow bend, returning low. Then maintaining those hips level. Flex the hip, meaning lifting the knee towards, the foot towards the knee. Keep the knee in the same position. Remain standing tall and hold out there for 3, 2, harder leg, holy cow, and then the bend. And for the final one, making sure that hips can stay level and supported. Hold that position and then extend. And again, holding for 3, 2, slow in. Bend the knee, extend the hip, and then straighten the leg once it's parallel with the other side. Just some little ribs here, Lauren. What's up?
Let's take a load off those legs.
Yeah.
To the rib cage. Step your feet slightly wider than your hips. Hips don't move, rib cage slides. I like my arms out to the side so that as I slide, I can see that I'm staying parallel with the floor. Thinking about pulling that rib cage, but then also pulling myself back to center using my core. Sliding one side to the other. Does it feel the same on both sides? Easier one side. And then pull yourself back to center. Bring your arms in. Let's keep our feet here, but cross our arms across our chest. Head's gonna try to stay in line with the sternum the whole time. Center. Squeeze your glutes. Let's all rotate to our left. So our upper body rotates, our hips stay pointing forward. Squeeze your left cheek and push that hip forward. Now, side bend off that new corner. So back bending over that shoulder. Pull yourself back up tall. Try to rotate further on your left side. Push your left hip forward again. And then bend over in that new corner. Pull yourself up. Hips are still forward. Pull your upper body back to center. Take a breath.
What time are you looking at? For those of us who are familiar with that movement clock, what time is your chest or sternum looking at?
My sternum.
Like 11 o'clock, 10
Yeah.
o'clock? By no means is it not. Okay, so take your turn, take your time on those rotations.
Same thing to the right. Squeeze glutes. Rotate upper body to the right. Push that right butt cheek forward. And then side bend off this new corner. Pull yourself up tall. Squeeze your glutes. Rotate further, pushing that right hip forward. Side bend off this new corner. Pull yourself up tall. Hips are forward. Pull your upper body back to center. And relax. Shake it out for a second. Okay. Ooh, sorry to distract you, but that whole time I was distracted by this giant, this big, like praying mantis.
That is a praying mantis. You've seen a lot of new
It's like
insects.
this. It's praying. Anyway,
Let's channel our praying mantis. I like that. It kind of progresses off of that nice toe squat. Forevermore, this may be called the praying
the
mantis.
praying mantis.
Let's go hands in any position that you think of when you think of praying mantis. I think of like,
Well, let me
Something
tell
weird.
you, it's like
it's
this.
like this. Okay. Now, praying mantis shape. Let's go over those tiptoes. And in that praying mantis shape, can you get a little bit longer?
Wait, longer or lower?
Lower, excuse me. And then can you get longer? And could you reach those arms up? Like you're reaching for whatever a praying mantis would reach for. Back to the toe squat.
You're taking this too
And then for one more time, that praying mantis, I swear this is a praying mantis shape. Right here. It's a really long torso and way longer legs. Maybe like 2 more legs. Okay, now from here, let's go up. And then try to go those arms overhead, keeping the rib cage down. And then praying mantis. And then down. I wasn't intending to do that move, or maybe the praying mantis name shouldn't stay. That's right there. It's not green.
No, it's yellow.
Yeah, I thought it would be green. Okay, go Laura.
Have
One
loads of
more
green.
ribbing. One more fun ribbing.
All right. This time, we're going to take our ribs on a Ferris wheel ride. So think this direction. Center. Pull yourself down with your sweet butt first. Then pull yourself down with your abs. Slide your rib cage to the right. Then lift it up, but try not to elevate those shoulders into your ears. Then slide your rib cage across all the way to the left. Pull down. Pull right, but pull just to center. Hold, and then relax. Same thing other direction. Pull down, pull left, lift up without lifting the shoulder blades, slide across, hold down, pull to center, brace, and relax. Nice.
Just one ride on that Ferris wheel?
Yeah, I think that's enough.
One ride. There's lots of rides in this amusement park, including the praying mantis.
Okay.
We're going to leave that over today. I promise.
Good, thank you.
But I would like to just get back to that movement clock as well. So standing in that open space, we're going to get rid of the chair. Let's first start with 2 variations here today. So let's first start with our steps. The leg that's in the center stays stiff. Push off, fall forward a little bit, toe ball heel. Stiff leg in the back, heel stays heavy. And then let's push to center. Same thing, toe ball heel on that diagonal, hips facing forward. Push, center. Lateral facing foot, forward facing hips, level, level, level. Push. For today, let's spend a little bit extra time here and take 10 seconds and try to find that corner in an honest way. Hips, flashlights, and shoulder flashlights, if you will, face the same direction. And again, I can't really get them to face more than 3 o'clock, honestly. But then I'll have a little fun here. Step out, back, and then toe ball heel to the back. Keep your upper body upright, front leg straight, and then press. Alternate other side. Toe ball heel, check, hips level, back leg straight, push, or 8th return if you will, at 10 o'clock timeline, and push. Lateral facing foot, level hips, push. Take 10 seconds, 9, 8, as we slowly use this leg as our stability leg. Try to rotate it open to find that new corner. And then step land, push back, and last time toe ball heel to the back. Excuse me. And then push off the back, forward. Get down. Let's get to the floor here. Arm could be overhead or cross that chest.
Cross that chest. Leg you can touch. Step back lunge. Control descent, soft landing. Front foot opens. Hand chops, hand chops, hinge and rotate. Hand finds floor. Shift that weight over so your shoulders are stacked over your wrists. Lifting that back knee, sweep through, butt finds floor to your elbow. And 4 seconds to get to the floor. 4, 3, 2, 1. Plank.
Plank time.
Let's flip over from our elbows. Sorry, just get elbow right here. From our elbows, making fists, packing your shoulders, tapping your toes, then thinking about your hips. Let's tuck them under and start squeezing your glutes right away. Either lifting your hips up higher to be from your knees, or lift your knees to be from your toes. Hold your plank now. 8, squeeze everything. Your butt, your abs, your fists. 3, 2, knees down. Try to extend your hips and sit up in that extension a little bit. Shoulders stay pulled down, butt squeezed.
I feel one more coming on. That's why she has us here.
Ready?
Okay.
Toes tuck. Then hips tuck. Either lift those hips from your knees or lift the knees. Squeeze glutes. Pull on the floor. Brace abs. Don't let me move you. No moving. 4, 3, 2. Soft landing. Come on down. Roller over. Get up, back up. Let's do the same side we came down with. So cross that arm across your body, that leg is bent, foot heavy on the floor, other 2 arm and leg out beside you. Push your foot into the floor, extending your hip, pulling on your elbow. Find your hand, pack that shoulder, lift, sweep that knee under. Hand meets the floor, front foot moves. That back toe should be tucked right now as you push up together. Put your kettlebell away. Or pick it up. Oh no, move it up.
That back toe should be tucked. So, as we just get into another movement block here, gently approach those same positions on the floor, but only toe ball heel and push back. Might be small. Side profile. Toe ball,
No heel.
push back. No heel. And then we'll carry that through with our lunges and squats today, just like last week. So, standing tall. Center leg or stiff leg in the center. Toe ball. Encourage the knee to go towards over the toe for now. And then back. And then toe ball. Push towards away. And then back. Toe ball, encourage that knee to go towards over the toe and back. Not too much time here, but be honest and slow as we go here. That's a much smaller shape for me than the other shape was. And then also just to the back, toe ball. Don't let the heel come down. And then push off to center. Same thing on that front leg. Toe ball. This is harder for me because I can't stretch the back leg as much. What about you, Lauren?
It's great.
What do you feel stretchy or working?
Yeah.
These middle awesome. Yep. And then also, thank you. So nice and controlled to the corner, also a small stride for me here. And then lastly to the back. Toe ball. And back. Great. So I just checked out Lauren's ankles in the back there. We're trying to aim for that shape when we presented with this version. Hug that center line and share that energy through the foot.
This is your VM, right here. All right, back down, other side. Cross the chest. Leg you can touch. Toes are tucked. Tuck those hips under as you slowly come towards the floor, soft land. Front foot opens up. Chop, hinge, and rotate. Transfer that weight into the hands, stepping the shoulders. Lifting the back knee, sweeping through. Finding your elbow. Pushing away from the elbow to find the floor. 3, 2, and come on down. All right, plank time, but let's do our side planks today. It's been a while.
Amazing.
End up on a side. Knees are bent. Elbows underneath your shoulder. That forearm's in line with the elbow. Think about where the shoulder is, pulling it down. Take your top hand and place it on the bottom side of your ribs and your abs there. Start pulling your rib cage away from the floor, and you should start feeling those light up early. Keep pulling so much that you pull your hips up off the floor. Now I have a rope attached to your hips and I'm lifting that up to the ceiling. Keep lifting those hips away from the floor. Hold. Keep squeezing glutes and extending your hips. Lifting away from the floor. For 5, 4, but bracing through the front 2, and soft landing, and relax. Same thing on the other side.
Those side planks, they're sneaky. They look easy. It kind of just looks like you're at the beach, but that didn't feel like I was at the beach.
Sneaky side.
Even me probably does
I was
this
gonna
on the
say,
beach.
I've haven't seen you at the beach. Okay, pack your shoulder.
I wish I could go to the beach.
Pull your rib cage up. Pull those rib cages away from the floor. Extending those hips, pulling so much we lift those hips up. We lift those hips up. Ropes attached to you, lifting you up. Pull away from the floor. Brace the front. Squeeze the back. Pull the side. Brace. Squeeze. Pull. 5, 4, 2. Soft down. Keep that shoulder packed as you return to the floor. To your back. Getting up. On the side, we come down this time. Cross that arm. Push that foot into the floor. Use your hip extension and pull on your elbow. Find your hand. A lift, a sweep. Now right here in that sweep, tuck your toe. Your back toe should be tucked right now. Hand leaves floor. Front foot moves. Look, then your toes already tucked to lunge to stand up.
And then we're up.
So tricky.
And we're up. Here, at the top, we'll do 2 variations of squatting. One will be a lunge, and the other will be that fun sumo-inspired squat from a couple weeks ago. In between, we'll work on those slow partial get-ups, including the first move, just like last week. Hopefully that felt strong in those abs. Continue with that. First, set up in like your first position. Transfer weight over the toe. Point to one side, feet down. From here, pull yourself into a plie squat. Check your position. Can you tell already the difference between where I might be right now and where Lauren is or was beautifully? That's right. So for me, I want to try to get a little bit more upright with my hips and shoulders head stacked vertically. Press away.
Whoa, man.
Was that okay? Personally, I think that's pretty intense. Let's come back there and have a little bit of fun while we're at it. Slowly get low. Pull those heels down to low. Those VM muscles, give them a good slap. Then stand up on one and straighten out the leg and place it down right where you got it, underneath. Are you still upright? Then snap those legs because it's fun. Stand up, straighten the leg, and then put it down. Where you got it. Pause. Could you sink just a little lower? I'd like to do that just one more time. From here, slap, stand, slow is hard, extend those knees, down, and one more slap.
Well, that doesn't sound too bad.
That's true. And then up, and down. Come up in a fun way, shake it out. I can do one more thing for those legs before we go to the floor.
Being a sumo is hard.
Standing tall. It'd be the kind of thing I like to do. I like to eat. I like to work out. I think I could suit that lifestyle quite
Do you like
nice.
to wear a big baker?
The
I forget what it's called.
that'll come to me. Okay, from here, step back in your lunge stance. This time, can you get the front foot on the ball? And we're gonna take 5 seconds to get as safe low as you can, and then come on right back up. But for now, put the front heel down, push off the back leg, come through. Check that on the other side, make sure that feels accessible for you. So, step back into the lunge, toe ball heel, balls of feet heavy. Then transfer weight onto the ball of the foot in the front. This adduction, a hugging center, so pull into center through those hips. Hold for maybe 2 more seconds, and put the back front heel down, push off the back leg, carry through. If that feels like the challenge that you're ready for today, let's continue with that. If not, keep the front leg heel heavy, and take your time coming down in a more classic lunge. For that extra little challenge, let's get on those toes. 3, 2, 1. Step back lightly. Get it just right. Transfer weight to the vertical front foot. Not to let the knee go off vertical now. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and then stand up nice and tall, hugging center. So 2 more as allowed for 5, 4, 3, 2, hug center, stand up. And then one last time, nice and slow down. And straight back up. Heel down in front, push off the back, stand tall.
There's a minute.
Last night in one of our practice sessions outside, we were doing some of those small toe movements just like we started today's practice. And one of our students felt very, oh my goodness, overwhelmed, if you will. Nothing too visceral happened here, but it's amazing how those small movements can bring out pretty intense feelings. So we're going to switch to the other side now and do the same thing. So we'll step back in our lunge. Elevate to the front, follow foot. Hug center, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and hug center and straighten up as you stand. And then slow and steady, keeping the front knee vertical, and that's something I personally need to really check in on here. And then we'll straighten up and stand up. And last repetition here, slow and steady. To your safe low, pushing the hip through, standing up, the heel in the front goes down, push off the back, carry through. Check it out. This time there's no rules. Get down to the floor anyhow you want. Maybe it could be like that. Or maybe I'm a sip of water. Laura can show us her no hands, no rules, fun style, getting down. A little roll down, that's good too. Let's get into that elbow position like we're doing right now. With a hand across the chest, or packed and placed high to the sky. 3 seconds going back, and then come home or come back to this position. Carrying over from last week. Packing a shoulder, heavy through those legs. 3, 2, 1 on a lean, and then hook back over top. We're gonna add a second, 4 seconds now. 4, 3, 2, 1, drive over. We're gonna add 1 more second and ultimately find the floor. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right on. To get back to that elbow, let's just practice that hip extension on the other leg. Push so heavily through.
So you just switch sides.
Nope, same side.
Oh.
So push so heavily through that bent leg, and then return to your back. Push through the floor, through the bent leg to initiate this roll. Extend through that hip, and then let's do that one more time. But this time, pull on the elbow. To tall. And let's just switch to the other side. Get up's position again includes fists heavy on the floor, elbow stacked over the shoulder, packed. 3 seconds, 4, and then 5. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Drive back. Readjust that shape. 4 seconds this time. 4, 3, 2, up. Drive forward. And then 5 seconds to the floor with that shoulder pack. 5, 4, 3, 2, slow and graceful down, except at the very end. Okay, now that we're here, hip extensions as well. So with that bend knee, push heavy into the floor, initiate the roll, and the praying mantis is upside down. Let's not try to channel that quite at this practice here. And then we'll go to the back. And then press. We just said the other day, you've seen so many animals, just not insects, invertebrates, species. Not that one. Okay, one more time. Hip extend through. Focus.
Sorry, that's pretty cool.
It is.
Elbow.
To tall. It is so cool. And then
Please stop.
from here, we're gonna press into our windmill sweeps here. And then let's get up. In the rule, get up, I guess. And now we're tall. I like to do both of those squats one more time. We deserve a close-up look of Lauren's awesome.
We're doing our
I think it's the Shiko squat. I'm so sorry if I'm saying that wrong. So one more of that Shiko.
Go. Oops, sorry. Oh,
Awesome.
out, tucking, pulling yourself down. Light taps, I'm not gonna, don't wanna stress our myself here. Pushing off one leg, extending on the other. Holding 3, 2, soft landing. Pushing off, lifting, hold, 3, 2, absorb that landing, pause and center for a second. Tuck, lift up. One more time, push off, 3, 2, soft landing. Push up, 3, 2, soft landing to center, hold, tuck. Maybe find a little lower, push out on your knees, lift up your chest, push down to stand up. Oh, fun though. Very fun.
Very fun. Let's come back now to more of a narrow aspect to that lunge. In that one, hopefully we felt that those knees were going over toes. In this drill again, we're making sure that as we go down on the lunge, that front leg stays vertical. Let's go. Lengthen out that lunge stance, toes the balls in the back. As Lauren cued beautifully, most likely it's going to require this hip tuck. Then from there, front, ball of foot, vertical shin, and let's work 5, 4, 3, 2, and then stand up to tall. Straighten that back leg, that's a tough skill for me. What about you, Lauren? Same thing. 5 seconds long. That's not to call you out, that's just to get conversation.
No
Here we go.
conversation.
No conversation, just tension. Here we go, final one. Pull that knee to center here. Vertical shin in the front, Ian. Listen to that. And then drive to tall. Heel down in front. Push off under. In the lunge, in the genuflection, in the movement pattern in the garden, care less if your knee goes over the toe. For this practice, try to keep that knee vertical or shin stacked with the ankle. Okay. Other side.
Insect update. It's gone.
Ah.
Step back. Now you can focus.
Straighten the back knee, ball the foot in the front, vertical. From here, hug that knee in. Keep the hip pushing forward as this stays vertical. And then to tall, straighten out. Again, slow and steady as we go to low. Keeping the hip forward. Vertical shin, that's such a hard cue for me here on this leg. Good, and go one more time. Hip come forward, vertical shin, to tall, heel down in the front, push off the back, carry through.
Oh my goodness.
As the last get-ups challenge for today, I'd like us to pursue our get-up in the slowest, most continuous fashion as possible. I'll go first as Lauren recovers, and then either follow me or follow Lauren a moment to the floor. I'll place my hand overhead. Slow and continuous, always promoting this movement, not to pause, just for a fun challenge, but always moving the knee touches, I rotate. I add that rotation in the hinge. Slow move. Reserve calling in there. Tai Chi. Get up here. But just that slow, fluid.
My turn?
Oh, man, things are so nice on the floor sometimes here. So nice and controlled. That rotating hinge. And all the way down.
There we go.
And here we are on the floor. We should get back up. Can't finish down, we gotta get back up. So let's do the same thing on the other side, if you can recall what that was. I have my right arm overhead. So here, in a slow, continuous way, we're gonna have a slow race, if you will. Slowest person up in the getup wins.
Ready?
In 3, 2, continuous movement, go. Hip extension.
You have an advantage, you're looking at me.
I am. For technique.
Real competitive in the slow pitch of competition.
Oh, and until we're budgeting crews for graphics and sound, we're stuck with our revised sounds there. Because it's so fun, if you're with me, give me that thumbs up or the like. Let's do that Shito squat one last time. Open up those hips, and then we'll say goodbye. Stance as is. Slowly get low. Bang. Step. Balance. Stretch. Absorb. Stretch. Balance. Stretch. Absorb. Hang out. And get a little low for a second. Then again. Stretch. Absorb. Stretch. Absorb. Hang out one more time down low. And I want to do that one more time. Lauren says
Go
no
ahead.
mas. Lauren says no mas. Upper body
I'll watch
can break some rules here.
Straighten
Upper
that
body
knee.
could bend some rules. Okay. Straighten the leg. Upper body could break some rules. Have some fun.
Nice.
And then up.
Oh, I like watching.
Hi. Thank you very much for joining our Restore and Recharge practice this morning. I always have a great time with you, so thank you for making me get up and do these movements. Over this last 6 months, we've been very proud to only have missed 1 or 2 workouts, and that was due to more technical difficulties than anything else. And it's been a pleasure, and we do look forward to doing the same thing with you through September. Slight modifications to the schedule, check the newsletter, keep it up, and we'll stay strong together. My name's
We'll
Ian.
still be here. My name's Lauren.
We'll still be here.
We'll still be here.
We've enjoyed our time. Have a great weekend. Maybe enjoy some wine. And we'll see you next week.